What is going on out there, peeps? Okay, look, man, I am really starting to like this Prime Minister Al Kademi, man. The more I read about him, and I'm talking about away from all the normal Iraqi dinar jargon. I'm just talking about in general as a person for the people. The more I read about him, the more I really like this guy. And, you guys living in Iraq, because there are people from Iraq who do watch my videos. Man, how do you guys feel about this? Leave a comment because this guy, is it me or does he seem like the real deal? And he is putting a cracking down on corruption over there in Iraq. But we'll get into that, okay? All right, so let's just look. I usually go through and do all kinds of other stuff. This disclaimer stuff, look, you guys should know by now that this is just my opinion only. It's not financial advice. So let's get into the news. But before we do, a quick reminder that I have Pimpy's investment chat. It is quickly growing, and I appreciate that. You guys, I will leave a link in the description and encourage you guys to come and join us. It's free to do so. We talk about all kinds of stuff in here. The Iraqi dinar, the Vietnam dong, gold, silver, cryptocurrencies. Cryptocurrencies are on a huge run right now, you guys. And if you're interested in cryptocurrencies, please follow the link in my description and it'll take you to a place where you can buy cryptocurrencies, okay? And also the other group that I have, which is called The Hidden Things in Front of Your Eyes. It's a good conspiracy group. There's all kinds of things we talk about. It's slanted a little bit politically, just because of everything that's going on. But if you're into the whole 9/11, chemtrails, the whole 9 yards, I encourage you to come join us there. It's free to do so there as well. Okay, so again, let's get into what's going on in Iraq. Look, I just did a video the other day telling you guys they were projecting that they would reach $40 a barrel by July of 2020. I was saying that's not going to happen. It's going to happen quicker than that. And already, look at this. Press data reports today, Monday, that the price of Brent crude oil exceeded the barrier of $35 a barrel for the first time since April. So it's already over $35. Okay? So the data indicated that the price of Brent oil futures for the month of July will increase by 7.75% to $35.02. No, it's already happening now. It's already there. It's already rocking and rolling, people. Okay, and whereas West Texas Intermediate, which is WTI, contracts that have expired on May 19th increased by 10.67%. So even their oils go up. Go watch my stock watch video because I told you guys back when it was $1 we should jump on it. And then I've been doing a stock watch on this stock when it hit 221, and it's been gradually going up. It's a great investment opportunity. If you want to know what I'm talking about, go watch my stock watch videos because we cover the WTI in it. So look, oil is going back up. People are coming out of quarantine. More vehicles will be on the ground. More traveling will take place. More use for oil products is going to increase. We're going to see an increase in oil everywhere. Now's the time. When I talk about the greatest transformation of wealth, that's if you knew what you were looking for and you jumped on that bandwagon when it was low, buy on a dip and ride that sucker up. Man, I'm telling you guys, got to watch my stock watch videos. If you haven't watched them already, you could see some of the biggest jumps just since April 21st. And we're not even a month since April 21st, and already we've seen $50,000+ in gains. Okay, you guys go check it out and you'll see what I'm talking about. So look at Brent crude oil is on the rise. It's looking good. Watch, it's going to hit $40 before we even get into July. We'll probably hit it. What we got? How many more days left? At what? 12 more days in this month? Man, don't be surprised if it gets up there around $38, $39 by the end of this month and hits the $40 mark before June. Okay, this is a long, right? And as usual, I always leave a link to the article so you guys can come check them out for yourself and form your own opinion. But look, I told you, Al Kademi is no joke, man. No joke whatsoever. This guy is draining the Iraqi swamp. The Iraq Prime Minister Kademi stressed the necessity for fighting corruption, especially with regard to investment contracts with high profitability and the phenomenon witnessed by the previous stage of enriching officials as a result of exploiting their government jobs, which is unacceptable and must end. So look, this is one of the issues that they had with Zarfi, one of the issues that they had with Alawi before they got Kademi. money in there, and now they were worried about that as well. A lot of these politicians have been doing some real corrupt, shady deals, and so he's weaning these people out, man. He is draining the Iraqi swamp. This is what we want to see. Stability. The United Nations said not just stability, you have to, drain the swamp, do something about the corruption. The protesters said, hey, man, not only do you have to do something about the corruption, you got to get his jobs too. So it's being done. And this guy has hit the ground running. This is very impressive. I hope this continues. All right. So Kademi confirmed that we are facing real challenges that the country is going through, including the electricity crisis. That is a result of mismanagement in Iraq. The Ministry of Electricity must have a strategic plan to provide energy, and escalating policies commemorate with the needs of the state. Okay, so here's the thing. We talked about this. You know what I mean? We know Siemens is there, and they are putting in the electric grid for Iraq, and I told you about, I think it was July or August, somewhere along the lines. They were really far along and not far away from completing it. I don't know how close they are now. I have not seen any new articles, but it looks like they're almost there. Okay, so look at. Again, I don't need to read the whole article to you guys, but look at it. They just go through here and read this. You can see that there's no doubt that Al-Kadhimi is absolutely, positively draining the Iraqi swamp. This is what we want this guy to do. Man, I gotta tell you, you Iraqi people to watch my videos, what do you guys think of this guy, man? It looks impressive from where we are over here in the United States, but you guys know better than we do. Is this guy the real deal? Because he seems to be whipping ass, man. He really does. Every day I read articles, I like what I see about that, okay? So, what else is going on? Okay, so security media reveals the nature of an explosion in the green zone. Okay, so somebody shot a missile into the green zone, into Baghdad, but it hit an empty house or the side of an empty house and didn't do much damage. They're saying they know where the missile comes from, but not much more is spoken about it, okay? Al-Kadhimi talks about empty treasury and requests help to fulfill his first pledges. Okay, so the Prime Minister called on the two national powers of the people to unite to overcome the challenges facing the completion of his government formation, pointing to the financial crisis that the country is suffering due to low oil prices. Well, the oil prices are going up, so that's a good thing. And remember, I told you guys there's a lot of panic going on about this. There's two things I want to talk about. There's a lot of panic going on at the mention of devaluing Iraqi dinar. And I went over all those articles already, and I told you guys, look, I see that they're making that as a suggestion. We've seen these types of suggestions before, but nothing was done. So we will monitor what they're saying, but pay more attention to what they are doing. As the oil prices go up, that's less and less likely. Also, there's another rumor going around that when they talked about printing the money for Iraq to continue printing money, I don't know where you guys get this from because I've heard of more than one source, and that is they're printing the lower denominations. Who said that? Where do you guys get that from? Who told you guys that they are now printing the lower denominations? Because I've not seen that. Okay, so I don't know where that rumor started from, but that is very interesting to say the least, okay? With the approaching of the date, so Kadhimi, what happened was he set a deadline date that he wanted the rest of his cabinet completed. He wanted to vote him in, and he's holding fast to that date. So I'm curious to see what happens if they don't get there. But he wants his cabinet completed. So there is no ifs, ands, or but. That's what this article is talking about. And he is pushing hardcore to get there because he's telling these people, look, stop bickering. There's no more political party bickering. There shouldn't be. We need to do what's right for the Iraqi people. We've been saying that a long time, but we don't live there, so we don't know what's going on. And if you do live there, let us know what's going on. But Al-Kadhimi seems to be cracking the whip on these people, saying, look, I'm not here for petty partisan bickering. I'm here to do what's right for the people. Join me. Okay? All right. Democrats reveal a recent visit by Barzani to Baghdad. Again, Barzani is going there. He's part of the Kurdistan Democratic Party. They're going there. They just want to make sure that what Iraq promised they were going to do, and that includes the salaries, they are doing that. So they are, again, negotiations are proceeding naturally to resolve the outstanding issues, including the export of oil and their regional dues. So look at Kurdistan started sending their 275,000 barrels of oil over to Iraq. But look, they're supposed to be paying the money for this. So they're just making sure that all the ducks are in a row. The regional government does not have any nod regarding the export of the oil, the SOMO national company, as well as the delivery of non-oil revenues to the federal government. All right, so look, they're doing it. They're getting it together. Again, this is another issue that Kazami has to deal with, and that is they need to make sure that they're on the same page with the Kurdistan people, because money was cut off there briefly, and they weren't too thrilled about it because the Kurdistan people had been keeping their end of the promise, but due to the Rona and what was going on in there politically, Iraq just stopped, but that's not a problem no more. This is looking good, you guys. I'm feeling pretty positive about this. 4 representatives note the finance minister's request to allow borrowing internally and externally. Okay, again, here is another one of those articles, and another reason why I'm saying, although they might have suggested the decrease in the Iraqi dinar, that's there's other options, and these options are being explored. So a member Parliamentary Financial Committee reveals on Monday that the Minister of Finance submitted an official request to the House of Representatives to authorize the Minister of Finance to borrow internally and externally, while 4 comments were made to the request. Okay, so look, there are options out there, but before, we know that the World Bank refused to lend any more money to Iraq because they were unstable. So we'll see if they change their mind, okay? So, Al Safari added, our most important observation on the official request of the financial ministers are not to specify the loan amount, the interest rate, the sections for distributing the loan, and the authority from which borrowing will take place, stressing that the committee meeting will discuss all observations before making any decisions about this request. So look, when we were talking about the devaluation of the Iraqi dinar, it said on all those that would be the last resort. Okay, guys? So if oil prices keep going up, which is a huge benefit to Iraq, and they find a way to get some external, most likely internal borrowing is what they should do. And then they avoid having to devalue their currency. There's no need for it. All right, you guys? So slow your roll. Al-Qademi reveals the scene of the forming of the government. Okay, so he's saying it's descending into chaos. Okay, so this is just a much longer version of what I was talking about. There is a lot of riffraff going on for the remaining cabinet members. This is the same thing that Mahdi ran into, but I didn't take Mahdi seriously, and he never seemed to care about really completing his cabinet. But that's not the case. This here is Al-Qademi putting his foot down, saying this is going to be done. Okay, so this article is extensive, and it goes on to talk about things that matter most. Okay, so my obligation and advanced difficulties, and I know that stand in front of me, the heavy legacy of, not going to try to pronounce that, at all levels in all vital fields that are related to the lives of the citizens, security, sovereignty, and independence of the country. This is what they want. They want their own sovereignty. They want to stop depending on Iran for electricity or other help. The United Nations, the IMF, the World Bank, the United States, these guys are saying, good Lord, man, we need to stop relying on other people and get things done. But they have to complete their cabinet, okay? This is going to happen, okay? So things are looking good. We will monitor, though, over this next couple of weeks are going to be a big deal for Al-Qademi, because he knows that the United Nations, the IMF, as well as the United States will be there in June. And it would be in their best interest to make sure that they have their cabinet complete by then. It looks like it's going to happen. All right. But again, I want to throw this out there again. I don't know where you guys are getting this, that they're going to print lower denominations. I don't know where that came from. There's no proof out there that I've seen. I could be missing it, that I've seen that this is happening. All right, you guys. Anyways, other than that, it looks really good. I'm really impressed with Al-Qademi. And like I said, there are people from Iraq that do listen to my videos. So please let me know what you guys really think of them, because I am curious. All right, you guys. So things are looking good. Every day I read the news, I am excited about the direction they're going into, because I know what that leads to. Chitty, chitty, chatter. All right, you guys. Have a good one.